Initializing a variable consists of three parts. First is the type. It restricts the variable to stick to what it's supposed to have. Like having whole numbers only, without any decimals. If we add decimal to this, you see this red underline of error. Second is the variable. A variable is the storage in where you put the value. This can be named into anything you'd want, but it must start either underscore or letter. Third is the value. A value is the thing that is stored or initialized in a variable, and this equals sign is the assignment operator. It assigns the value to the variable. You can also remove this value, and still works fine. The variable will automatically store whatever default value the type is given. And here's the official site for the list of all default values. There are 8 important types in C# you typically use in your school or work. As mentioned in this last video, string is a data type of a bunch of characters, like letters, numbers, and anything inside 2 double quotes. It is treated as a non-numerical. So, string is not the right way to add numbers. In this example, if we try to add 2 ones inside double quotes, and we print it using console.writeLine, you could see that it is 11 and not 2. It just concatenated the 2 ones. Strings are used for recording data that doesn't change, and other things that don't require math like your ID number. Char, or char or character, whatever you wanna call it, is used to store a single character. You could think of char as a single piece from a string. And to note, strings is an array of characters. But one thing is that char's value must be enclosed inside a pair of single quotes. And if we try to call it, it is displayed just like string. Next up is int. Remember earlier when strings can't be added as numbers? Well, ints are just for that. They are numbers that are negative or positive or 0. You typically use ints when doing math with non-decimal values. Just like here. If we have 2 ints, a and b, and with a value of 1 in a, and 2 for b, and we print the result or the total, we get 3. Unlike previously with string. However, if you need a bajillion of a number, and int is not enough, there's a type called long. Long is an extended version of int. And you can store a number that has way more zeros in it. Also, both long and int cannot have a decimal point, so that's a good way to remember. Next up are the 3 decimal types: float, double, and decimal. Float is used to store numbers that has small decimals. Say put 12.99 here. But there's an error. It says type double cannot be implicitly converted to type float. Compiler is confused if we want to put a double digit here, but we want a float. So either we cast it close and open parenthesis float, or add f. This is called casting. And here's the site if you want to nerd it out. Let's add f because it's easier. An error's gone. Subtracting floats is also possible. Just type x equals 100.99f, and y 10f. Then put the result in float difference. And we print it using console.writeLine. Then hit run again. Here you go. We got 90.99 displayed. You can also subtract float to int by changing this float y into int y. Copy-paste the small decimal. Remove the f suffix, and change the value into. See, there's an error. Because it's too big. Change the float into double, and rename it to mid-decimal. See, that's now fixed. That's how double works. Doubles are the more precise version of floats, and it can hold way more decimals and zeros. Copy-paste the mid-decimal here. Add 0, then double the decimals by copy-pasting it again. And print it. See, the value is rounded off. Change the double into decimal. And add m. Gonna rename this to big decimal. Now the entire decimals are printed. Decimal is the most precise among the 3. Often used to store your money and such because of its precision. Next up, Boolean. Boolean. Boolean is a type for true or false. You use it to answer a question only answerable by a yes or no. So, if we put 1 to it, there's an error. Same with a string, or char. Booleans are used in conditions, and always partnered with if-else, and loops, which we will cover later. If you missed a tutorial, here's the whole playlist of how to C# for beginners. And a little like and subscribe for YouTube algorithm helps. Happy coding everyone.